Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to the next game in the Epic Battle Fantasy series, Epic Battle Fantasy V. Now, I do believe this game was initially on the same site that I played the first two games, which was Armor Games, but, due to the death of Flash, unfortunately, that game is no longer on that site. Luckily, um, all the Epic Battle Fantasy games that used to be on that site, I believe, are available on Steam, with the third one here being free. And I believe the other two, Epic Battle Fantasy 4 and 5, being like the deluxe versions that, though they cost money, I'm sure they're still worth the purchase. Still, though, I don't exactly get why you'd get rid of the originals, or at least not bother to convert them to HTML, since... So I just realized I forgot to turn the light on this. Let me turn that on there. I still don't know what a good light level for this light is, because in one instance, I want to have a reasonable amount of light to where you can see me, and at the same time, like, not too much that, like, it's, like, blinding me. I'll start at level 1. Anyway, let's begin the next installment in the Epic Battle Fantasy series, Epic Battle Fantasy 3. Presenting the players. So if you remember in the last game, we got our good old cast of characters, good old Matt, our first party member, and of course Natalie, just like in the first two games. And then of course Lance is a brand new party member. The foes, of course, you got your typical slimes, elementals, the rest, countless, but that is a lot to read. I'm sure you guys can pause that and take the time to read that real quickly, but for me, I gotta continue with the game here. Let's see here how everything's looking. Everything looks good here. Oh yeah, that medal was for that little main menu, opening menu screen. Because, like, you know how this was initially a Flash game? Well, basically, that was kind of the preloader screen for the Flash version of the game, you know, for the game to load and stuff, and you can, like, play that little mini game of taking out some slimes, and yeah, one of the medals is for taking out 100 slimes in the preloader. Like always, lots of stuff here in the main menu immediately. You get a medal just by opening up the credits here. Let's see here. Design, story, artwork, animation. I'll let you guys pause that and read that on your own. I'm sure you're all here for the actual game. You can access the entire soundtrack of the game right here. That just have the entire soundtrack available for free. Yeah, free DLC. We can listen to all of them here. Like, yeah. Like always, more concept art in the art gallery. Usually, yeah, so I'm sure you'll get some here available already, but, you know, you'll get more the more medals you have. So, why don't we go ahead and get into the actual game. And similar to the first two games, I'm going into this on epic difficulty, where foes will be doing 60% more damage and have other bonuses. So like always, it's a continuation of the previous game. A few years ago, a great battle against an evil entity rocked the Earth. The destruction left the population enfeebled and struggling to survive. A mighty warrior, Lance the Gunner, took this opportunity to conquer the lands. However, he was promptly defeated by Matt the Swordsman and Natalie the Magician. Following this battle, the three young heroes teamed up, hoping that no new evil could defeat their combined power and once more bring chaos to the world. The trio spent their days hunting treasure and challenging new opponents. Eventually, legends and rumors led them to an ancient tomb, the resting place of a powerful deity. To their surprise, it seemed that this being was still alive, merely imprisoned and induced into a deep sleep. Curiously, the trio prodded the chained demon. Idiots. Rule number 1 when examining a sealed demon: don't mess with the seal. that should be like Demon Inspection 101. Is gonna go messing around with it. Yep, I knew it. The demon quickly awoke with a violent shockwave. The trio were stunned and unable to retaliate as powerful magic tugged at their souls. The demon yikes, what is it doing? The demon began to drain their life energy, but as the heroes were so powerful, their combined energy was too much for him to absorb, and they survived the ordeal. However, the power of this demon was now so dense it began to distort time and space around him, forming a growing void of nothingness. When the trio awoke, they found themselves in a foreign land, with most of their powers drained and their equipment scattered throughout the continent. They were reduced to the status of ordinary adventurers. They would not give up until they had remedied this situation. Clearly, it was not just their problem, but the entire world's. An ancient and mysterious deity, now possessing their combined powers, was free to lay waste to the lands. Oh, by the way, WASD or arrow keys to move around, and space to interact with stuff, M or escape to open the menu. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, like always, we're at the start of our game here. And you can immediately see at the start of this game, unlike before where, you know, it was just simple battle sequences, there's actually an overworld. Something that is first introduced in this game, something that all RPGs should have, that makes this game immediately 100, maybe even a million times better than the first two games combined. So let's see where we are. What just happened? I told you guys not to touch that thing. I felt my magic being drained from me. I don't think I can use it now. It looked dead, smelled dead too. Never expected anything like this to happen. It's still probably out there doing who knows what. Well, I guess we've landed pretty far away. This landscape is unfamiliar. Looks like a farm on some village. Guess we better have a look around. I just want my swords back. I spent years stealing those. I thought those were all part of your collection. I didn't think you were being like General Gravius and those swords were like either stolen or as trophies of defeated opponents. Yikes. That's not an immediate concern, but I guess we'll need to recover our skills and weapons at some point if we're to fight that guy again. So, like always, let's go ahead and explore around. I wanted to interact with this first to see if that did anything. It didn't. I'm too used to stuff that happens in some of the later games. I have played these games back when Flash was around, like Epic Battle Fantasy 4 and 5. I'm interested in seeing what twists there'll be once I get to the deluxe versions of 4 and 5. I think there is like a bundle available on Steam that I can get for like 4 and 5 combined, and I think a spin-off game called Bullet Heaven 2, which, by the way, I did also play the first Bullet Heaven before Flash died as well. Alright, so first chest here, 100 gold, 2 kiwi. So let's see what we got here. We have, of course, Matt, Natalie, Lance, all at level 0? I didn't think there was a level 0, but let's see what we got here. Game statistics, there's our medal screen. There's a tutorial menu in this game. It's very basic. We have a... So, you know how in the second game you could scan foes? In this game, your scan foes will show up in this menu so you can view their information at any time. Also, this game has quests. We'll get to that eventually. But yeah, as we play throughout the game, there are a variety of skills we can unlock and be able to activate as we collect ability points, which is something a little bit similar to XP. There is still an XP system, but it's a bit difficult to explain. So, already an interesting variety of customizations, though I suppose I shouldn't focus on that too much. Also, there's a forge, which allows us to, as we collect certain items throughout the game, will allow us to upgrade weapons and armor, as well as, you know, food items, miscellaneous items, stat items, key items. We'll be collecting all of that along our adventure, so for now, let's have a look around the town here. Kids these days have no interest in farming. They'd all rather become soldiers or scholars. There's going to be no one to take over the farm. That'll be a problem someday. That could be a concern. I'm not sure if well, that could be a real world concern. Guess I'll keep farming these lands until the day I die. Oh well. Whoa, where'd you guys appear from? We're not sure. Where are we? You're in the town. It doesn't have a name because it's the only town in this game. The entrance to the forest is straight up from here. You guys look like you'd be headed there. Feel free to wander around the shops too, but you don't look like you have much money. Thanks. Yeah, this episode is probably mostly going to be dedicated to just going around and talking to NPCs, so there won't be much action until probably the second episode. I'm just gonna search carefully here for any chests I might have missed. Okay, let's start by looking to the left here. I want to go out and look for a treasure, but last time I tried, I was defeated by walking bushes and huge snails. Maybe I should stick to playing video games. Actually, did I get all the dialogue from this guy? Hang on. Because I know there's this one, of course. You'll probably be returning to this town a lot to buy items and work between map areas. Okay. Alright, what do you have to say, Maddie? Oh, I see you're looking at my cow costume. How would you like one just like it? Bring me a few items, and I'll let you borrow one. So this is an example of a side quest, where it's mainly just hunting for specific items, whether that be, you know, consumable items, material items, or, you know, key items. The same typical stuff that you'd look for in an RPG. See anything back here? None that I can find. Also, you can't really do much with the animals in this game. If you interact them, they just make a noise. Not much of a reason to interact with them in the game. So I believe up here, yeah. Up here we have this. I've been moving garbage around all day. My back hurts. To be honest, the more random items you carry with you, the better off you'll be when you eventually need them. And finding items is always much cheaper than buying them. Man, doing these jobs is boring. I seem to have ran out of building materials. Gonna need a few more bricks to finish construction. Bring me some and I'll share some stuff I found in the rubble. Okay. Poor animals. Why do people have to hunt them? Don't worry, their sacrifices were not in vain. I bet they'll taste delicious and make fine clothes. Okay. All your weapon and armor needs at Iron Bucket Weapon Shop. Also check out Old Hag Item Shop for everything else. Yeah, so these are your typical item and weapon shops. You know, here we got Dragon Kill. Soul Eater, wasn't that one of Matt's swords at the beginning of the game? I don't know about Dragon Killer though. I didn't exactly take the time to look at Matt's entire collection of swords in the first and second epic Battle Fantasy. Wanting to buy some recently slaughtered creatures, some logs maybe? I cut up a lot of stuff with my sword, but then I have no use for it. Most of it ends up at my grandmother's shop. Maybe I should try killing real monsters instead of harmless animals. Sure. Anything back here? There is some gold and some food. Alright, what all we got in here? So this is the miscellaneous shop where you'll, well, be buying some items as you play throughout the game. Not much real purpose to it for now. Especially with the fact that we don't have a lot of money nor things to sell. I think, yeah, you'll notice that if you look behind that, there are ways you can get behind and get to some chests back here. Looks like there's something back here, probably belongs to the shopkeeper, so just grab it and run. Okay. So yeah, some items in secret areas. You really want to search carefully for some treasure chests, especially by going inside shops. You'll be able to tell if there's an item or something in a back area. Don't actually steal in real life, everyone. Don't. But in case you didn't notice, we got our hands on a new weapon, which is a fairly useful weapon early on in the game, which was one of the blades that I know Matt had in the first game and second game, which is his Blood Blade, the one that drains HP from targets. Which, of course, I'm immediately going to have, because, you know, can absorb HP. That's useful, in my opinion. Where do I want to go now? Why don't we head over here next? Yeah. See what's going on over here. We got a lot of tombstones. What do you have to say? See that house over there? It's been abandoned for years. I bet you could find some cool stuff if you managed to get in. No, I wouldn't do that. This guy seems pretty down. We've lost a lot of soldiers lately. It's the things you don't see coming that really get you down. My friends all died protecting the town from a giant red slime which fell from the sky. How on earth did that happen? I wish that I had flowers to put on their graves. Don't worry, buddy. I'm sure you'll get your flowers. Yeah, I do believe this house is locked, but I do believe it's possible to find the key somewhere to open it later in the game. Bow wow. Woof. This dog is trying to tell us that the owner of that house, his master, went to explore the Kitten Kingdom ruins and never came back. Okay, the Kitten Kingdom. I remember we did some things with the Kitten Kingdom back in the previous game, if I remember correctly. And over here, welcome to Old Brick Inn. Enjoy your stay. Don't drink too much. Signed by Inn Management. Alright, what do we got going on? Talk to the lady in the inn to take the nap. It's free and fully replenishes your HP and MP, or you could just walk around and heal over time. Yeah, that's another useful thing in this game that I like, is that unlike in other games where you may need items or need to stop at a resting place to regenerate your health, you can straight up regenerate health by just walking around. Very useful in my opinion. I always make sure to have plenty of food handy when traveling, so I can grab a snack for fast recovery, especially when there's fighting involved. Okay, what do you have to say? You want some cat food? Okay. This is my cat, Meow Meow. He likes to cut. He need the cat food. Yeah, you'll get it when we find it. Nothing outside. Let's see what's inside the inn. Yeah, what a crummy looking place. Look at the state of these people. Let's get out of here as soon as we can. They have beer and food. Awesome. I'll settle for an energy drink or the closest thing to that. Okay, what do we got? Didn't sleep well at all. I could hear all the noise from the bar, even at my room. I got wiped out by monsters. Luckily, autosave saved my progress after each screen I passed. I hadn't got past the first screen of the forest, so now I think I might have drank a bit too much. Got any cure for... I don't know what that is. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so we can talk here to sleep at the inn. And, here's where we can buy food. Isn't anything I'll be buying at now, but definitely useful later on in the game. Guess this is where we'll be sleeping. Doesn't look very clean. And what is she doing in here? Yeah, what are they doing in there? Do you have any quests? No? Okay. Alright, now for this area that I saved for last, because there's a ton of people in this area. And it's going to take a little while to get to all of them and see what they all have to say. So let's start with you guys down here. Hey you, yeah you, if you find me some shiny gems, I'll give you something really good, like something amazing. Okay, what about you? I'm an NPC, by the way. Many of us have nothing to say, but some of us do. Make sure you talk to everyone. Twice even. Many NPCs have more than one thing to say. You're the main character. Without you, there'd be no storyline. Wow, really? Nice. Already the game is making fun of itself in many ways. See this crystal here? There's one like it in every area. Once you find them, you can teleport between them, simply by walking to them. Pretty cool, huh? That should save us some walking, eh? Pity we can't teleport to places we haven't been to, though. Go ahead, talk to the crystal. So yeah, if you try interacting with these crystals, it'll take you to kind of this general hub area that's mostly just blank. Mainly, the moment you find these other crystals in the game, you'll be able to use these crystals to teleport to easily to later on parts of the game, as you'll eventually see as we continue throughout the game. But for now, yeah, let's get back to the village, since that's all we can really go to at the moment. Alright, what do you guys have to say? Hey, do you know you can unlock medals by doing random tasks? Getting medals unlocks new pictures in the art gallery, and also gives you access to some new maps which contain otherwise unobtainable treasure. Good luck if you ever plan on getting all the medals, though that might be impossible. I'll probably be going for all the medals myself. There are some that I'll probably just be getting off camera, like, if you look at all the medals, you know, there are some that are obviously, you know, maybe finishing the game or something, but then there's all these secret medals down here that don't really give you much of a hint as of how to get them. So I think I'll be saving those medals, like, offline, I'd say, because I'm sure we won't be finding these medals on our own. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of those on my own time. What do you have to say? North of here leads out of town into the forest. The inn's to the east, weapon and item shops are to the west. Not much to do in the south. We just hang out here because there's lots of space. What are we gonna say? I'm a fine warrior, even if I may not look it. Me and that guy over there blow foes away with 180 decibels of pure metal. We can't hear too well, though. I can build you a cool guitar if you bring me some parts. If you got some speakers lying around, I can show you how to use them to attack foes. Sounds pretty brutal, right? Yeah, it sounds like it. Alright, what do you girls over here have to say? Okay, you have nothing to say. We're not allowed to leave the town. The adults say it's too dangerous out there. It sure looks like it. Most of us have already read about the outside world in books. Would be nice to see it someday. Yeah, it's so sad. Oh, hi there. Would you happen to be single? I've always wanted a boyfriend that looks as strong as you. Well, what? I guess. But, do you want to see my gun? Stop harassing my party members. They're not good at talking to girls. And I'm pretty sure you're a bit too young for, you know. Oh, is this your girlfriend? Why didn't you say so right away? I hope you're trolling. What's a troll? Don't worry, it's not so bad here. And what do you have to say? Hey, I'm building a new computer, but I'm missing a few parts. If you donate some, I'll share my lunch with you. How about it? Why is there a star in this character's name? Probably someone that most people probably won't recognize. Maybe to avoid some kind of copyright, but don't see what kind of character this NPC would resemble exactly. See, anyone living past the town walls does so at their own risk and will not be covered by holiday insurance. So this is where I'm gonna go ahead and stop things here. Save to slot 1. Because, like I said, that was quite a lot for just the town on its own. And we've got quite a ways to go. So yeah, starting in the next episode, we'll be venturing into the forest, where we'll see if we can get our skills back and eventually be powerful enough to try and take out that deity our party has accidentally awakened. Seriously though, that's like, you never want to awaken a deity. Especially one that's sealed away, because, as you've seen, some bad stuff might happen. I mean, the only reason why you'd ever want to awaken a deity in a video game would be if it's, like, the only way to progress forward in a game. That's about it, though. Other than that, never awaken a deity. The only time you should purposefully break the seal is, well, there's a variety of reasons, but nonetheless, point being, never awaken the seal in ancient deities. But that being said, I'll be ending this episode off here, so as always, thank you much for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay notified of future uploads. And until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone!